Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. So guys, in this video we are going to study Cognizant technical assessment previous year questions. Okay, this is going to be very helpful for you if you are also going to appear for your technical assessment very soon. And because we have seen previously also the questions of technical assessment gets repeated a lot. Okay, so it is very important to prepare from previous year questions for your technical assessment so that you are well prepared beforehand, because there are high chances that the questions related to topics like SQL and from HTML CSS might get repeated. Okay, so make sure that you watch the video till complete, and after watching it make sure to revise, also prepare well. For some questions you need to practice it on your own. Just by watching videos might not help. Okay, so after watching the video, practice it on your own also. So that's all, and without wasting any time, let's now start with our today's video. But before that, if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, because I regularly post these kinds of helpful videos for all of you. Also, there is a complete playlist on my channel related to Cognizant GenC preparation. If you haven't checked that, I would say that is a must check for all of you, because I have already uploaded a lot of questions on that. Okay, related to your technical assessment, your aptitude preparation, okay, SQL technical assessment questions, and a lot more. So make sure to check that. Now let's start with our first question. Let's look at this question. The question that we have is, write the query to combine the result sets of two or more select statements. Okay, so see, how can you write the answer of this can be, you will not have any MCQs first of all. Okay, you will need to write the query by your own. See, so in order to answer this, you should know about this command, that is union. Okay, so basically union is the one which is used to combine the result sets of two or more select statements. Okay, so see what is happening here is, we have one select statement, that is select star from table. Okay, table 1. Okay, then we have union. Okay, which is like the connect. Union is something like, you can say as it is an operator which combines the result of select statements and removes the duplicate values. Okay, and there is also something called as union all also. Okay, I'll tell you that also. So see, in this way what will happen is, we are having two select statements, right? Like table 1 and table 2, getting some data from table 1 and table 2, and then we are applying union in between. So what it will do is, it will combine two select statements and will give us the result. Okay, as I told you, there is something called as union all also. What is the purpose of that? So if you want to keep the duplicates, right, as I told you in this one, what it will do is, it will remove any duplicates that are there from table 1 and table 2. But if you want to keep those duplicates also, you should do union all. Okay, and the number of columns and their data types must match in both the queries. Okay, that is the main condition here. But yeah, this was the query. Hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the next question. The next question is this one, that is, write a query to retrieve rows with dates within a specified range. Okay, see, how can we write that? Select column name from table name. Okay, where column name between, and then you have to give the range. Okay, range of the date is mentioned by A. Okay, see, the between operator basically is used. Okay, this between operator is used to filter the records where the date falls within a given range, right? In this case, we have taken two dates, right? 1st January and 30th of July, I think. So it is useful when dealing with time-based queries such as retrieving sales data for a specific period and all. Okay, so you should remember this between operator. Okay, in this one, between operator was the one which was mainly important. Okay, and these are all query based question. Okay, so you will not get any options. Okay, so you need to write the query by your own. So let's revise the query once again, and then we will quickly move on to the next question. The query is, select column name from table name where column name between this and this. Okay, let's now move on to the next question. Write a query to retrieve specific columns from a table. Okay, so in this one we have to retrieve specific columns from a given table. Okay, so the query is, select first name, last name from employees. This is the most basic query, right? Because we have these as the column names, that is first name and last name, and we are retrieving it from the employees table. Okay, hope you have understood it. It is basically helpful in, select is basically helpful in fetching the specified data rather than selecting the columns. And if you want to take everything, then we have something called as this star. Okay, so that's it. Now let's move on to the next question. Okay, so we have again this query based question. Okay, let's read it out. First of all, write a query to create a table named employees with fields like employee ID, employee name, employee age, employee address, and employee salary. Okay, see, so how to do that? Create table and table name, that is employees, and then whatever fields that we need to have in that table. So we need to have employee ID. So type of employee ID can be what? Integer. So that is why we have mentioned int. Next is employee name. Employee name can be of what type? Varchar. Okay, and we have mentioned the limit as 40. Next is employee age, that is type of int, and then employee address, again varchar. Next is employee salary, int. Okay, so very basic query. The things which are given to us by using that only we have to write the query. Okay, hope you have understood it. Moving on to the next one. Okay, we have this type of question now. Let's see what we need to do in this types of question. Okay, see, build a table that displays data about products, including columns for product name, price, and availability. Okay, so see, we need to create a table first of all that displays data about products, including columns for product name, price, and availability. Okay, so how the table should look like? First, you should understand that figure in a figure. Okay, then only you can write the code for it. So it is saying the column name should be product name, product price, and availability. So like product name, okay, price, and availability. Okay, this is like your column names. Okay, and then you will have rows based on like data in the rows based on these columns. Okay, and this is like, you can say, products table. Okay, now how we will write the code? So this code again you need to write. Okay, so let's understand the structure in HTML. In order to create a table, first of all, table is the tag that you need to use. Okay, table. See, here we are using, this is the opening and this is the closing. Now in table also we have few things, right? As I told you, there will be a header and then there is a body. Okay, so that is why we have separated these two, right? First we are mentioning header and then we are mentioning body. Okay, so because header is what? Header is your initial, or like the headings, right? Which are telling you what the data is about, right? So table header, and then table header we have a row inside that, right? Like table head, inside that we have a row in which we have our column names. So that is why table row, and inside that we will mention th, which is like product name, product price, and product availability. Okay, this is table head, th for table head. So these things will be bold, a little bit bolder. Okay, so that it will show that yes, these are the header values. Next is what? Table body, right? Now everything that is there inside the table body is what? Again will be in table rows only, right? So first row, second row, third row, in this way we will have the data. So let's see in first row what is the data that we will have. We will have like product name as in product A, right? Product A. Okay, then we will have the product price, right? Like $10, and then we will have availability if it is in stock or out of stock. Okay, so we will have this thing. So hope you understood it. See, first thing, to create the entire table we are using table. Okay, to create the head, like the first row which is a head, what we are using? Table head. Okay, T head, and then inside the table head we will have the data in a row format, that is why tr, and then to have the data in a bold format, that is why we are using th. Okay, for the data entries. Okay, now closing tags of all of these again you have to like apply. Okay, so closing tags will be like this. Now what? Rows. Okay, rows data. So rows is what? Rows, like normal data is a part of table body, so we will use the tag t body, and inside that we will use again in the row format we are storing the data, right? So row we will create one, and in one row how many cells are there, according to that we can create the table data. Okay, so table data 1, table data 2, in this way. Okay, and whatever the table data that you have to mention, that you can store. Hope you have understood the answer. In this way you have to write the code. If you don't have the practice, I would suggest that practice beforehand by writing this code. Okay, it is very easy. If you practice once or twice, you will get it easily. Moving on to the next one. We have this question now. Okay, again this is a question based on HTML CSS only. Let's see. Design a simple HTML form with input fields, name, email, and message, and a submit button. Okay, so let's see. And you know, like guys, I can also suggest you one thing, that you know, these types of questions from technical assessment also gets repeated a lot. Okay, so maybe if you are practicing these questions, then there is high chance that you know, these kind of questions, if they are getting repeated, you will have a like good hands-on, right? Because you have already practiced it beforehand. So I would highly suggest you that if you are also going to appear for these clusters and technical assessment, make sure that you practice it beforehand. Just by watching the video won't help. So if required, you can write this structure in your notebook, or if required, you can write it in the system and try it out on your own. Okay, so please try at least. Let's see in this question what we need to do. We need to like design a simple HTML form which will have input fields. Okay, for name, email, and a message, and we need to also have a button. See, let's start. First of all, in order to have a form, we need a form tag, okay, initially only. So form tag is here, okay. Now form tag also have few things like action is equals to submit and method is equals to post. See, these are not mandatory, but these are helpful for submitting the form, okay. So these are not mandatory attributes if you see, but yeah, action submit means you can, when you click on enter button, this form will be submitted, and method post is, this is a post type form, the data will be sent, okay. So this is used for you creating the form. Now what we are told is we need to create input fields, right, for name, email, message. Now see, input field is usually created by input field, okay. So how our form will look like, I'll show you in the structure, okay. I'll show you in the structure, okay. So they want that our form should have fields for name, email and message, okay. So see, ideally they are saying that you should have a like you know, input fields for name, email and message. So you won't create directly the input boxes, right? Otherwise the other person will not know what I have to enter in this like, you know, input field. The end user might not get to know, so you have to make it meaningful. That is why you also need to give a label, right? So that is why this is called as label and this is called as input field, okay. So in this way you need to have the label and input field for name, email, and then what, input field for email, and then one more thing is there, which is a message, okay, message, okay. And then finally you need to have a submit button. Submit button looks something like this, okay. So let's see how can you do that. See, as I told you, input can be created using this input tag, okay, and in that input tag has different attributes. For example, name, okay, what type of value you will fill in the name? You will fill a text type of value. That is why we have given the type as text, okay. And it is good to give ID, but again not mandatory, okay. So you can give the ID as the same label name only, okay. So ID here we have given as name, and then name value as name, okay. And then you have closed the input. So just by writing this statement, okay, this statement will give you this input box, okay. Then we have this label. So label, as I told you, you also need to make it meaningful so that the end user will understand what they are filling in. So label, and then for, you can mention name and then name, okay, in this way. So whatever you write here will be mentioned here. See, now guys, you might be getting confused for attributes, okay. So as I'm telling you, attributes are not mandatory, okay. All attributes are not mandatory. Some which are mandatory, that only if you will write also, that also is fine. If you don't write, for example, you know, if you don't write this ID here, okay, that is totally fine. If you don't write this name equals to name, that is also fine. That is what I'm trying to say here. So your main goal is to have the HTML structure, right? And attributes are giving additional you know, functionality to the attributes. So that's what I'm trying to say here, that your main goal is to have the proper tags first, okay. So if you write label and input, then your label will be showcasing here and then input will be showcasing here, and that is what it is asked in the question, right? Okay, next, first label and input we have done. Next is your email. So for email also we will do the same, email and then label as email and then input as simple input box with the attributes, okay. So we will have this email input also. Next is your message input. So in message input we are note that we are using a text area. Why so? Because see, message is something which has larger text, right, and not smaller text. So text area gives us the facility that we can enter a large amount of text. That is why you are using text area here, okay. So in this way you will have your message. Next is, at the end we need to add a submit button. So for that we have used the input, okay. So input type submit, value equals to submit, okay. If required, you can also use a button tag also, that is totally fine. So basically you have to serve the purpose, whatever is asked in the question, you have to use the tags and create that kind of structure, okay. Hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the next question. See, this is our next question, again based on SQL. The question is, write a query to delete all the rows from a table but keeps the table structure, okay. The answer for this will be, and the query will be, truncate table name, okay. See, truncate table is what? Truncate table commands removes all the records from a table but keeps the structure intact. It is faster than delete and does not log individual row deletions. See, I'll tell you what happens is, if you have this type of table structure, okay, which has like maybe, you know, ID, okay, then name and age, okay, something like this, and it has some data inside it. So when you will do truncate table, what it will do, it will remove all the records, okay. Like for example, if it is like the data is like Ram and then age is like 20, okay, and in this the age is 30, 40, and then Sham and then whatever, okay, there is some data basically in this table. So when you will do truncate, all this data will be refreshed and it will be removed, but the actual structure of the table will stay, okay, and this is faster than delete. So in some cases, you know, we need also this kind of situation where we just need to keep the structure of the table because we are going to fill it with another data, but we just want to delete all the entries in the table. So for that purpose we use truncate, okay. Hope it is very clear now. Let's now move on to the next question. See, we have this question: write the query to retrieve the maximum value from a column. Okay, see, now there can be a table, okay, which is like I would say maybe like salary or something. Let's suppose salary, which has salary of different employees, okay, in every cell. Now we want to find out, and it has like lots of data, okay, like 10,000 lines or something, maybe a lot of data it is there. We cannot take out the data manually, right? So we need to find out the maximum salary out of this given column. So how can we do that? So for that, the query is select max of column name. For example, in our case, it will be salary if we are like doing it for the salary. So max of salary from table name, whatever is our table. For example, if the table name is employee data or something, so instead of table name, we will use employee data. Okay, hope it is very clear. Basically, the main part is max function that we have to use, because the max function returns the highest value in a specified column. It is used for finding the highest salary and these type of data. Okay, as I explained you, maximum price, most recent data in a data set. Okay, let's now move on to the next question. The question is, write a query to combine two rows with the help of left join. Okay, so we have joins in SQL. We all are aware, right? So let's see the SQL query. So the query is select e dot first name, d dot department name from employee E, left join department D on e dot department ID is equals to d dot department ID. See, a left join, what it does is it returns all the records from the left table and matching records from the right table. Okay, if there is no match, null is written. Okay, so you have to understand, left join is basically used for what purpose? All record from left table and matching record from right table. Okay, this you have to remember. And in case of right join, you have to do it the vice versa. Okay, like all record from right table and matching record from left table. That is the only difference. And if there is no match, okay, then it will give null. Okay, hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the null as in, okay, null as in for what? Null for the right table. Okay, if there is no match, because for left table it will give the complete record, all record, right? Let's move on to the next question now, which is this one. We have again a HTML structure based question. Let's see the question. Build a basic navigation bar with links to home, about, services and contact pages. Okay, so see, navigation bar is what? First of all, you have to understand that. So if you must have visited a website, right? So in a website, the top bar that we have, okay, inside that bar, you might have seen a hamburger icon here. Then we have like sections like about, right? Then contact us, right? Then services, etc, like there is there. When you click on that, you will be redirected to a new page, right? Something like that. That is called as a navigation bar. Okay, this is a navigation bar. Oh, you understood the thing, what is a navigation bar first of all. Now let us see how we write the code of navigation bar in HTML. So for navigation bar, we have a tag called nav. Okay, so nav is the tag that you need to use for a navigation bar. So initially this will set up that, this will tell the HTML that you are writing the code for navigation bar. Okay, this much is done. Now what is the next thing that you are going to do? You are going to show this data as a list. Okay, which means a list is there, and then inside that list there are some entries. Okay, so for that, what you are using is UL. UL stands for unordered list. Okay, unordered list. And then in that unordered list, we have list item. Okay, so your list will come something like this. Okay, first thing will be your home. Okay, then your about, services and contact. Now this is important, guys. Href is important because see, we are using a tag. A tag is what? To make your navigation a link. Okay, so when someone will click on that, they will be redirected to somewhere. So for that, we are using a tag, and where they should redirect to, so that reference is given in href. Basically, index.html is the page name. Okay, so in this way you can create your navigation bar. Hope it is clear to everyone. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. Moving on to the next question. Which of the following are features of cloud computing? Okay, we have the options. The options are security, availability, large network access, and option D is all of the mentioned. The correct answer for this question is going to be option number D, which is all of the mentioned, because cloud computing offers security, availability and large network access, ensuring scalable and efficient computing resources over the internet. So everything is getting everything is a feature of cloud computing, we can say. Okay, moving on to the next one. Which of the following is a type of cloud computing service? Okay, and we have different services. So we all know that in cloud computing there are three major services, right? Like as software as a service, infrastructure as a service, and platform as a service. Okay, now in this one we are given 4 options for a software as a service, and there might be some mistakes, okay, in every option. Let's read the options and then we will figure out. Let's see. Service as a software, this is wrong. Software and a server, this is also wrong. Software as a service, this is correct, and then software as a server is also wrong. So the correct answer will be option number C, which is software as a service. Okay, moving on to the next question. Which of the following is an example of cloud? We have different options given to us. First is Amazon Web Services, second is Dropbox, third is Cisco WebEx, and fourth is all of the above. Let's see what is the correct answer. The correct answer is going to be all of the above, because see, AWS, Dropbox, and Cisco, these are all cloud based platforms, and they provide cloud based things, right? For example, AWS, what it provides cloud infrastructure, hosting, computing resources. In the same way, Dropbox, what does it provide? It is a cloud storage device. You can store your documents, data, right, in Dropbox. And what is Cisco WebEx? Cisco WebEx is a cloud based video conferencing tool. So all these are cloud based, right? That is why all these are the examples of cloud. Okay, moving on to the next question now. Okay, so the next question is this one. Which of the following is a cloud platform provided by Amazon? Okay, now let's read the option. AWS, Cloudera, Azure, all of the mentioned. See, the correct answer for this question is AWS, because AWS itself stands for Amazon Web Services. Okay, Amazon Web Services. Okay, so that is why AWS is given by Amazon. Okay, and it is used for basically it is a cloud platform offering computing, storage, network, and security services. And Cloudera, okay, what is Cloudera? It is like basically specializes in big data analytics purpose. And Azure is like from Microsoft and not from Amazon. That is why that is also not the answer. The correct answer for this question is going to be option number A, which is AWS. Moving on. So guys, so far we have solved a lot of questions. Now I have 2 questions for all of you. For your practice, what you need to do, you need to write down the answers of these DIY questions. DIY as in do it yourself. You need to attempt this question, write down the answer, what you think will be the answer of these questions in the comment box, and I will reply to your comment. Let's see the first question, the first DIY question that we have. Which HTML tag is used to create a hyperlink? We have the options as link, anchor, href, and hlink. We have already discuss this in our today's video only, so hope you will answer this in a correct way. Let's see the next question that we have. What is the primary benefit of cloud computing? The primary benefit of cloud computing, the options are higher hardware cost, scalability and flexibility, limited accessibility, and requires on-premises servers. You have to tell the correct answer in the comment box. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you found the video helpful. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Make sure to join me on Telegram and Instagram as well. You can ask your queries in the Instagram DM as well, and if you need any content, you can request it on our Telegram channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet to receive all the latest regular updates. I regularly post off-campus drives and preparation related videos for placements on my channel. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching the video.